So it was about 3 years ago, maybe even 3.5 years ago, that I was with Bud Billups, our senior warden, who couldn't be here this morning, in my office right over there. And Teresa Todd came in and kind of got on the floor and laid out some plans that she had. Because we knew that the temporary classrooms beyond the parish hall, the permits were up. We couldn't use them anymore for space, and we needed to replicate that space. So we gathered a couple people together over the course of a few months, including representatives from the day school and other important ministries here. We talked about what that space could look like and what that space could do to our community. Fast forward to now, so many people, so many of you have given so much time and energy and money to this project to make what was once a dream and somewhat an impossible dream close to a very, very real reality. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of this, for giving to it, for spending time on it, for praying for it, for believing in it. It just means the world to me that in a year I'm going to be standing in probably what is a classroom. Or maybe there'll be a ceiling intersecting my gut right here. I'm not sure spatially. But I want to recognize everyone who helped in that transition from making this a reality. So thank you all very much. Along the way, there were some key players. Bud Billups stepped down as senior warden when this was getting going, and George Sirach was kind enough to step up as a senior warden with the full knowledge that on his plate was going to be this building. And he has taken it with both hands and wrestled it to the ground. So I want to thank George for being a partner in this and thank him for all of his work. And I also want to thank someone who has given so many countless hours to this project as a volunteer. She's given her energy, her time, her dedication, and her love to this church and to this project. So I want to thank Teresa Todd very much. I also want to thank someone who came on board as our lead coordinator and our lead consultant. He's done it not only as a contracted employee, but also as a parishioner of the church. So there's been not a small amount of passion on his part. I want to thank Dick Williams. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank the people of Chuck Anthony Architects, and Chuck's work has been tremendous. He's been somebody that we've been able to trust in and go to with concerns and feel like we're talking as equals. And it doesn't always work that way with talking with architects. Chuck's, I'm sorry. So I want to thank Chuck for his help, and I also want to thank the good people at Whiting Turner, and I'll mention them by name: Irene Knott, Will Selva, Jarrett Hoekstra, and Mike Mraz, who couldn't be here, just moved to North Carolina, but also Steve Lozinski, who's going to be our job captain. So thank you all very much for your work at Whiting Turner. In regards to Chuck and Whiting Turner, somebody asked me last weekend, they said, so who is doing your building in Annapolis? And I said, well, Whiting Turner. They said, are they local? And I said, yeah, we've done everything local. And that was something that Teresa kind of insisted on from the get-go. So just to let everyone know, we're trying to keep as many of our dollars in the community as we can. So I want to thank them for that. Finally, it wouldn't be this project without you. And you guys are the rocks upon which we stand. The donors for this project, you have made this possible from the inception. Even before we hired CCS, our capital campaign consultants, I had somebody come into my office and present me with seed money, they called it, $40,000 for this project. And that kind of generosity was reflected and extended by each of you who gave. And so thank you all very much. Representing the donors up here is Elizabeth Parker, who's not only a day school mom, she's on the day school board, she's the vice chair of the day school board, and she's a member of St. Margaret's Church, she's a former vestry member, but she is representing all of the donors today. And we could not have made this possible without each of you who have given a lot of your money. Thank you so much. When I tell people, go ahead. When I tell people that we have raised $3 million, they're impressed. When I tell them that we did it over the course of 4 months, they're amazed. And that's on you. So thank you all very, very much. At this point, we need to pray. We need to pray to our God that made this all a possibility, the God that inspires us, the God who offers us the resources to share, So with that, take out your blue pieces of paper if you have one. If you don't, please share with a neighbor. And let us read this prayer together as it carries us through. Saying together, creating, sustaining, and redeeming God,
we thank you for this community of St. Margaret's Church. You have inspired our growth, our fellowship, our curiosity, our planning, our generosity, our perseverance, and finally the building project. You have put people in our midst who have worked so hard to see these dreams become real. We ask continually that you bless this endeavor and that our wills may be knit with your will. We ask that you would bless this land on which we build, that it may bear fruit in your Son's name. We ask that you bless all those that will labor here, and all those who will learn, meet, and be transformed here. Finally, bless your congregation here at St. Margaret's, that we may never lose sight of the rock upon which all our foundations rest. Jesus Christ, who lives in the Holy Spirit, we thank and praise always. Amen.
Amen. Thank you all very much. I'd encourage you to take this prayer and put it on your refrigerator door and pray it every day if you could. It'd be wonderful. At this point, I want to introduce some of the children of our church who are going to be singing a song. And there's nothing like blessing a land with a song. So I'd like to invite them forward if they could. That is going to be stuck in my head all week long. Beautiful thing. Tom just whispered in my ear that I left something out. You know, we raised $3 million. The building's probably going to be about $4 million. And so how are we going to make up that gap? I want to thank the good people at BB&T, especially Jim Ferguson, who's over here. Jim's from Williams Creek Baptist Church, and they are doing kind of a similar thing. So he's been wonderfully walking with us and kind of guiding us in the way that we should go in terms of getting a loan to be able to pay for this. So I want to thank Jim as well. So now to invite some people forward to break this ground, I want to ask Chuck Anthony, Elizabeth Parker, Irene Knott, Teresa, and George to come forward.
Spread out over here a little bit. There we go.
We're not sure if it's horseshoes. Ready?
Oh, no.
Wait, let's count them down. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go for it, girls. There you
Still got 10 more feet.
Another show.
10 more feet. Smite the rock.
Let's get...
Catherine's going to come and dig one shovel. Okay? Yeah, you may want to come over here.
You want a hard hat? That's right. That's right. You don't have to worry about it.
All right. So just to remind people that this is a stop along the way for St. Margaret's Church. This is an exciting stop along the way, but it's not over yet. There is still opportunities to give. There are still many opportunities to participate in this project. If you want to get involved in landscaping, in prayer, in decoration, and not to mention the fact that when the day school vacates that space over there and to move over here, we're going to need to figure out what's going to happen with that space. So there are ways for you to get involved in those decisions in that process. So if you're interested, please see myself, please see a vestry member, please see one of the people that you see up here, and we will get you involved. But thank you all very, very much for being here. Please continue to keep this process in your prayer. Thank you all very much.